Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. My name is Yamitra Jojo White, the only Live Past Crazy Specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Hope you guys are doing amazing. I'm trying to. Maybe if I turn you this way, you'll come into focus, huh? Maybe that'll help. Maybe if I had you guys at a different angle, because it's not wanting to come in at all. Don't know what's that about, but that's okay. How was everybody's weekend? I hope everybody was safe and that you had a great time. I know I did. And we're ready to get this Tuesday started. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. Oh, I was waiting for my fearless co-host to come in. I don't know if I like looking from this side. Good morning. My fearless co-host is coming in. I don't like looking this way. Y'all like this way? I guess I'm so used to looking left. I'm going to have to move it back over there and see if I can get you guys to come back in that way. As my fearless co-host is coming in. Yeah, did y'all see my picture from yesterday? Rosie called us. So in my family, we do quotes of the day and Bible scripture for the week. We do a scripture for the week, a quote for the day. And Rosie's quote for the day was, "I will be famous one day, but for now I'm stuck surrounded by a bunch of morons." And she just thought that was hilarious. I didn't find that very funny at all. I was like, "So are you trying to say your mommy is a moron?" She was like, "Of course not, mommy. I'm not talking about you." Lynn, I've never had to do that extra step before, Lynn. So let's see how it works. Gotta give everybody a second to come in while that's going on. Don't forget June 16th, Circle and Moon, Roswell, Georgia, June 16th at 10 a.m. Please make sure you come out. Tickets are still on sale. We invite you to come out. It is a do shop. Please come ready to do the work and be ready to get some life-changing information and exercises. You definitely will not be the same once you get on.
Okay, finally. Good morning. Finally, I had some struggles getting on. I don't know what was going on with Facebook this morning, but it took a little bit longer, but it's all good. You see my little mini me over here.
Morning, Mr. Malachi.
All excited. He got to go to summer camp in a little bit. So
I ain't never seen nobody excited about summer camp.
oh, this one right here, love summer camp. You hear me?
Well, it depends on if it's a fun one, because my kids went to us, it was like more like school than summer camp, and they was like, "You make me sick. Don't do this ever again."
Oh, well, they actually tricked them into learning through play and stuff. So they have STEM um activities. They have regular activities, fun activities like Six Flags and water parks and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But they also have learning, and then there's also a literacy component of it. So they do it. They just trick the kids into thinking that it's fun, right?
There you go.
Yeah. All right, I know our time is short this morning, so we're going to go ahead and move on with our inspiration and empowerment for the morning. Our quote this morning, guys, we're not going to do the trivia due to our time and due to all the technical difficulties, so we thank you for bearing with us. Don't forget to share out this video. Share it out with your friends and family so they can come and join us, because we're giving out some powerful empowerment today. And make sure we're taking action on the things that we're doing. Yes, Take Action Tuesday, y'all. We missed
Yeah.
it yesterday. Hopefully you had a great Memorial Day, whatever it is you chose to do. Hopefully you did it in the spirit of excellence. But our quote this morning is, the secret of success is to be ready when your opportunity comes. Yes. The secret of success is to be ready when your opportunity comes. And that's by Benjamin Disraeli. So, in thinking about, really, buddy? That's Grumpy, our Care Bears. I don't know how many of y'all remember Care Bears from back in the day, but those used to be that used to be the thing when we were kids. But anyway, so our topic for today, guys, it's an oldie but a goodie, and I'm definitely revisiting it, where we're looking at the 7 levels of investor. What type of investor are you, right? And you say, Lynn, well, you're always talking about investing, because guys, investing is the only way that we're going to be able to get to our next. And if you pay attention to what's really going on and pay attention to what's really happening, and we think about, we say this, right? Oh, I'm meant to have life and have it more abundantly, right? But when we sit there and we pray about our situations, but oftentimes what we fail to do now is to take the actions that are needed to move to our next. So how do we get to that next? How do we get to that abundant life? How do we get to do the things that we are called to do, right? Because we must take action. Even the Bible tells us, y'all, if you don't work, you don't eat. So that means there's some work involved in what you have to do. There's work involved in the things that we need to do to get to our next. Because if it were that easy, everybody would be doing it, right? My baby's looking at me. He's all in it. Like I'm just teaching the best lesson ever. Hashtag yes.
Yes, honey.
He is looking at me. He's like all into it. Like I'm a YouTube kid special. But anyway, guys, we'll be talking about the 7 levels of investor. And why do I talk about the 7 levels of investor? Because it's important that we learn to invest. And I cannot say this enough. And I get it, and I hear you. I hear all of the excuses. But guys, we have to move past the excuses. And this is the conversation that helps you to move past the excuses, right? So first of all, the number one thing you have to do is become aware. Awareness is key. Becoming aware of where you are in your finances, where you are in your thinking as far as your finances are concerned, and how do you move past that, right? How do you get to your next? So let's first of all become aware of where we are in these 7 levels of investor. And we've talked about this before, and I'm wondering if you guys remember it. But the first, I call it the 0 level, if you will, is that non-existent investor, right? The non-existent investor is the person who basically, y'all, it's pretty much self-explanatory. You're not investing in any shape, form, or fashion, right? You're not saving. You make your money, then you spend your money, right? That's essentially where you are in what you do. Money management habits don't exist, right? We learn from those non-existent investors. We've heard stories over and over and over of all those, people who win the lottery. They go in, they win these millions, and then inevitably, before you know it, it didn't even take that long. Hashtag not that long, right? Not too long, not too much time has passed, and all of a sudden, all of that money is gone. Why? Because they never developed the money management habits. Guys, if you'll not be able to manage more until you're able to manage what you have now. So you need to catch that. Until I learn to manage little, I will not be able to manage a lot. So are you managing what you currently have in order to be able to manage more? See, there are things you have to put in place. There are processes you have to put in place, right? It's the same as the concepts of learning how to walk. There are certain things that you have to do. The baby has to learn how to crawl first, and then take their first step, hold on to things first, then get the confidence to take that next step, and then finally being able to walk. And then once you learn how to walk, it doesn't stop there. Then there's this concept of running, right? So there's always something different, something more, some way for us to expand in the way that we're doing things. So definitely money management is key. So the first level of investor are non-level of investor is the non-existent investor. So my charge to you today is to look and become aware of exactly where you are and then decide and move to your next. And I know, JoJo, you need to give me a warning so that I know when it's close to time so that we can
Because we're at
end our time this morning.
7:28 now. It's 7:28 now.
Oh, I have 2 minutes to get through the other 6. All right. So the next level of investor, guys, is the borrower. And this is the borrower. You know, you've mastered the credit card game down to the T, right? You know how if you owe on this credit card, now I'm going to go ahead and transition these amounts over to this card. So it's going to give me a little bit of time so I can pay it off. And you have these grandiose ideas. You say, yes, I'm going to transfer this balance over here because I get 0% interest and I'm going to pay it off. But inevitably, what happens? You transfer it over. Yeah, you do good. You transfer it over. But that time passes, 12 months, and you haven't paid the balance off. Not only have you not paid the balance off, but you probably added some more things to it in the long run because stuff happens. See, that's where money management becomes the key for us to be able to invest. Guys, we have to have a solid financial foundation is what I'm saying here. And until we truly develop this, until we truly manage our money in the same way that a business manages their money. And guys, the reason you say, gosh, Lynn, you harp on this a lot. You talk about this a lot because, guys, I understand that it's a process. And you have to hear this thing over and over and over. You have to do this thing over and over and over until you truly master it if you really want to get to the point where you're able to be an investor, right? And the reason I talk about investing in the stock market is because there are places that you can invest with a little money. Some of the other investments out there, like getting into property, getting into real estate or commercial property, there's a large down payment that's involved. And then there's a large loan that you can now consume, right? To actually or assume in order to purchase that property. But when I'm talking about investing, I'm talking about investing in the stock market because it takes a little bit of money to get started. So the key here, guys, is to get started. And that is the story. That is the message that I'm sending to you today. You must get started because when you get started, it completely changes the trajectory for you and your family. It completely changes the mindset when you start seeing the opportunities. Now, you won't just go out there and start investing all willy-nilly, and I do not recommend that, right? Because a lot of us have a fear of losing money. I get it. Who wants to lose their money? Last summer, when my niece graduated, at her graduation party, y'all, I had $200 in my pocket. I had two $100 bills in my pocket because I was too lazy to go get my purse, put it in my billfold, because someone had given me the money, right? And I put the money inside of my pocket and I'm going about my day doing whatever. And then I realized by the time I get home, the money's not in my pocket. So those two $100 bills fell out of my pocket. I was sick for a moment. I was like, well, dang, my money just fell out my pocket. So I get it. It's not fun to lose money. So that's why I'm having this conversation, guys. It's very important that you get educated in regards to the things that you're investing in. And to become educated, one of the opportunities that we're offering is the Circle and Moon on June 16th. It's called At the Circle and Moon on June 16th. It's called the Great Escape Mini. So we're inviting you guys out. If you're ready to move to your next, you don't want to be that non-existent investor anymore. You don't want to be that borrower anymore. You want to get the education so that you can move to your next. Then join us, guys, at this Do Shop. It's called the Great Escape Mini. How do you escape away from doing things the way that you've always done them? You get in a room with like-minded people who are going to their next. You get in the room, you get beside those people, you have those conversations with them, you see what they are doing, you start thinking about and doing things differently. That's how you get to your next. And there's this common saying that if you look around yourself and look at the 5 people that you're spending the most time with, right? That essentially tells you basically, you know, how you are and why you do things the way that you do. Get around some different people who think differently, who are doing different things. This is what, like JoJo says, this is going to stretch you guys. It's going to stretch you in so many different ways. And yes, I'm talking about investing, but not only does it stretch you in investing, it causes you to think differently. And you'll be like, wow, they've been doing this. That was so easy. Why did I not think of that? You didn't think about that because you were not surrounded in an environment. You didn't put yourself in that environment that allowed you to think like that. Because the environment that you may be in now is conducive to whatever box that you've now put yourself in. So take yourself out of that box, right? And learn to do things differently. I know I won't be able to get through all the 7 levels of investor, but I'm going to leave it at those 2 for today. And I'll finish off the others on tomorrow because we are short on time. But definitely, guys, we are inviting you. Yes, I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach for a reason. See, I had to come through some things myself, y'all. I had to fight through. I struggled with this. I'm the same things that I'm sharing with you guys. I get it. And the reason I'm so passionate about it is because I was in the same boat. I was on the struggle boat as well. So how did I get off? I'm sharing with you guys some of the strategies and things that we're able to implement to do differently in our finances. And the number one thing that started me to position me in this way, guys, was to start reading. And I never believed, you know, how true it is when they say, if you want to keep something away from the African American community, put it in a book. There is so much information and details inside of those books. And a lot of times we don't like to go into those sections and get those books and actually read them, guys. But there's invaluable, the secrets are in the book, right? But just because those secrets are in the book and that you read them doesn't mean you're always going to act on them, because sometimes you need a guide, you need a system to be able to get to the next, to be able to do those things, to implement. So I'm not saying that you're not intelligent, because we are highly intelligent. We are some of the most intelligent beings on this planet. Let me be real for a moment. But it is up to us to do the things we need to do to get to our next. If we want to be able to spend more time with our family, if we want to be able to have that financial freedom that we say we want to have, we must learn to invest. And I'm not saying only investing in stocks. That is a starting spot. That's a place to start, because it only takes a small amount of money, right, to start investing. You should also be investing in real estate. Please hear that. But this is the starting spot. This is where you begin to change the financial picture for your family. This is where you begin to build true generational wealth. And this is where your legacy can continue to be expanded and molded to something that you truly want it to be. So, guys, we're inviting you out to the Do Shop. I know I said about 3 minutes ago that I was
yeah, we at 7:36, Lynn.
All right. So that was 6 minutes ago. All right, y'all. So I definitely want to invite you, but I'm going to pass it over to my co-host so she can tell you today about living past crazy. She is the Live Past Crazy specialist, and what better place is there to be than here with her? All right, Miss JoJo.
All right, guys. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Cousin Joe. Carl. Hey, Mama. So today, y'all, and then Lynn, one quick thing. When you were talking about the people who win the lottery and how they lose their money so fast, you know, we all say, oh, if I had that money, I know what I would do, this and this. No, you wouldn't, because if your mindset is not able to handle your $20, it cannot handle your $20 million, and it will go just as fast as that $20 bill. So you got to get your mindset on the $20 level so that you can accept more on the $20 million level. So you got to get your mind right. And that's how they go through it so fast. So
yes.
All about your mindset. All right. So the fearless thought of the day is, I talked about choosing boldness before, but I want you to choose boldness and understand the value of yourself as a strong woman. And for my men, that your value of yourself as a strong man. I think sometimes we sell ourselves so short
Right.
on what we can bring to the table and what we can offer that we accept anything. And I know I was guilty of that. I would accept anything because I didn't know my strength and I didn't know what I could bring to the table. On this fearless journey, as you start to know yourself, as you start to figure out what you like and what you love and what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept, you're going to find your strength, and you're going to realize just how strong and important that you are, not only to yourself, but to your community and those surrounding you. And here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with saying that. There's nothing wrong with accepting that. I used to think, oh, I shouldn't say that because I don't want people to think, oh, she's so uppity, who she thinks she is. And I hate that. I didn't ever want people to think that way, because that's not how I feel. That's not how I think. But the bottom line is, when you want different, you require different, and different will come. You are far stronger and far smarter than you ever could imagine. So when you are choosing this boldness, because you're choosing boldness on this fearless journey, because you're being bold about living past crazy in your life and your finances, I want you to be bold and understand just what it means to be a strong woman. Here's the thing about women, we create life. Why would you not be bold in that? You deliver life. Why would you not be bold in that? You shape your communities. You shape young girls that you don't even know that you're shaping. Why wouldn't you be bold in that? You're shaping your children. You are shaping your household. You are shaping, if you have husband, whether you want to believe it or not, you are shaping your husband to interact with you a certain way. You are shaping the mate in your life to interact with you a certain way. Why not be bold in that? Why not put the best foot forward in what you want to see what you can get? Because if you keep accepting any old thing, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be, as Lynn's favorite tag, but broke, busted, and disgusted. And you don't want that. And then you're going to find yourself repeating that same habit in relationship after relationship after relationship. Once I understood my strength and forget woman as a person, and then I was able to rest in that. Yeah, where's my quote? Here it is. Strengthen your voice by speaking your truth. Once I realized what my voice was, and I started to rest in my strength and say, you know what, it's okay, and then project that out, you get a whole different response from the world. Totally different response from everything in the world. At work, in your relationships, from your children, from your money, from everything. So today I encourage you to be bold. Practice your boldness and realize that you are a strong person. You are a strong woman, and rest in that today. Walk in that today. Know who you are. And if you say, hey, JoJo, I don't know, I'm not sure. And I don't care how old you are. I don't care what age you are, period. You have boldness and you have strength. You've made it this far. Use what you have to continue on. You have wealth and knowledge that other women wish they had. Why not share? One of my favorite, it ain't my favorite, but it's in the Bible, because you have a gazillion favorites, but one that always is in the forefront of my mind when I'm talking to my girls or when I'm looking at older women in the church, at my church, is that it says the older women, and Trenda, she's my Bible scholar on here, so older women are to teach the young girls the ways, and it goes on, and it talks about how they're supposed to teach her how to carry the house, how to take care of her family, take care of her children and the husband. And as older women, it is your responsibility to teach the younger. Well, now we're becoming the older and our children are the younger. What are we teaching our kids? What are we teaching our kids about men, relationships, how to talk to people, more importantly, how people talk to us, how they respect us? What are we teaching them? And if you are a guy, what are you teaching your son about how they interact with women? Because just think, if your son treated your mama the way you treat, or somebody treat your mama the way you treat your wife, especially if it's crazy, you're gonna beat somebody upside the head. So why would you be showing that to your child? Same thing with girls. Why would we want to talk about everybody else being fast, but we bringing fastness, as my mama say, hot in the tail? We bringing fastness and hot in the tail in the house. I didn't mean to go there. That did not. I didn't mean for that. I don't know where that came from, but A to the men, Anyway,
Now,
we got to
now,
be careful as women. We've got to be careful of what we bring into our homes, into our surroundings, and we are strong. If we were not strong, society and the world would not want to be like us, period. Men wouldn't want to be like us, period. I'm just saying. So you have some power, ladies. We have some strength that you have not tapped into, that you don't even you haven't even begun to understand. So today I want you to practice your boldness, stand in your strength, square them shoulders up. My friend from Liberia told me, yeah, straighten them. We were walking, we worked at IBM together, and we were walking, and she said, Yamitra, and I can't do her accent. She was like, Yamitra, why do you walk with your head down? I said, what? She was like, you always walk with your head down. Who told you to hold your head down? In my country, women, we always hold our head up. There's no reason to look down. The ground is not going anywhere. I was like, oh. And since then, that was in 2004. Since then, I don't look down when I walk. I don't look away when I'm walking towards people. Unless I feel like I'm getting ready to trip, I'm not going to look down. So today, guys, be like my friend Angeline. Don't look down. Hold your head up, square them shoulders up, and face what you got to face. You are far stronger and far smarter than you ever could imagine. All right, guys, that is it for the Fearless Morning Show with a minute to spare. So join us June 16th at the Circle and Moon in Roswell, Georgia, starting at 10 a.m. I'm excited for you guys to be there. We have so many great things for you guys to do. Y'all just don't even know what's about to go down. I'm excited.
You are so silly.
Y'all need to make sure. Let me go ahead and post the tickets right now so you can go ahead and buy your tickets. They are on sale. Now, if you cannot come, buy your girlfriend a ticket and gift it to her. If you can come, bring a girlfriend with you. Make sure that you have somebody there that you can walk this out with. That's going to be your support system and your cheerleader there with you. So go ahead and buy your tickets. Make sure you share the video, guys, because that's exactly what it's all about. Hey, Uncle Harris, how you doing? We've been right here with you, the man on the go. Don't forget, if your friends and family do not have Facebook, we do have a YouTube channel so they can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows that they want. So make sure you send them over to there and make sure that they subscribe and share the channel. Make sure you share the video. Anything else then before we close out?
I just wanted to reiterate the one point that you were talking about training your children. What is the message that you're sending to your children? I am also offering an informational call about raising a financial genius. What are the things that you're doing to raise your children as far as the finances are concerned? That informational call is tonight at 8 o'clock. So if you're interested, just type me in the chat. I'll send you the call-in details. It's free, y'all. What are the conversations we need to be having with our kids around our finances now? But also, don't forget to come out to the Do Shop, because there's some things you need to do too. Let's just be real about that, right? Get in there with your life, your health, and your finances. Do Shop June 16th. All right, guys, that's it for me. Back to you, co-host.
Uncle Harris, the tickets are $97 until June 1st. So you got the rest of the week to get the tickets. So guys, make sure you get your tickets. And then definitely your kids are always watching, especially ladies. We've got to be careful because our girls are watching us. We are training our girls how to be women. What are we teaching them? Are they going to be that girl that that woman other women talk about? Or is she going to be, I ain't saying she got to act like an old church lady or nothing like that, but you got to have some respect in your household for your children to see that, because if they don't see anything to respect, they're not going to, period. So I'm going to get off of that, but please be mindful. So today I encourage you to walk in your boldness. Understand your strength as a woman. The good Lord did not absolutely put you here to accept the things that you continue to accept on purpose. He did not put you there. It says it gives him great joy to do things. And if he takes care of the birds and the fowls of the air, how much more would he like to do for you? Uncle Harris talking about I have $2. Uncle Harris says $2 towards somebody's ticket, and we'll take that. All right, guys, make sure you come out June 16th, Circle and Moon. I hope you have an amazing Tuesday. Don't get started with Uncle Harris, Lynn. Just
I'm
don't.
about to send him. Send me your email address. I'm about to send you this budget toolkit so you can get that budget all the way right. Because that $2 is not gonna get it, bro.
Oh, thank you, cousin Carl. Lynn, you want to reach out, or either one of us can reach out to cousin Carl. He said he'll buy somebody a ticket.
All right, awesome.
Yep, that's right. That's right, Trent. And our sons, do you want them to want someone like you? Right. We and my children know what we not, they know I'm upset. I said, well, we not fixing to do, because when I lose all my literature and all of my grammar and I start talking like I'm from Union Mills, then they understand what we not fixing to do is, and I start doing this, they know it's a wrap. Because what we not fixing to do is raise some crazy women up in this here house at all. Period. And the Bible says the older women are supposed to teach the younger women. So that's one of my passions too. That's something I'm working on as well. So anyway, guys, Take Action Tuesday. Have a great day. We'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning at 7:15. Have a good one.
Signing off.